It's baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. 3 games left. That's all there is left to the regular season in this created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. The name of the created franchise is the Bronx Knights. I've wedged them into the American League West Division, taking the place of the Houston Astros. The Knights, with 3 games left in the regular season, it's in late September, are 105-54. Why are these 3 games important? Because the leader of the American League East Division, the Tampa Bay Rays, also have 105 wins. So whichever team, either the Bronx Knights or the Tampa Bay Rays, that gets the best record gets home field advantage through the playoffs. So these 3 games mean something. Let's jump into the calendar. And as you can see, it's a final 3-game set at home against the Texas Rangers. So let's start it up. Let's do this. Play game. Okay. Play full game. We are the home team at Classic Yankee Stadium. MLB Network, I can't stand it, so I put it on the show theme. Brendan Pizarski's 12-5, going win for win number 13. Millo is going to have a day off. And that'll be it for right now. Let's rock and roll. As you can see, the second baseman of the Bronx Knights, Chris Ramos, is leading the American League in batting with a .362 batting average. He also has 65 home runs with 3 games left. Here's the lineup. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. So much appreciated. Those likes and those comments and those subscriptions count. So, welcome to some Major League Baseball as the Texas Rangers visit the Bronx Knights here at Classic Yankee Stadium. On the mound for the Knights, left-handed pitcher Brendan Pizarski making his 32nd appearance. He is 12-5 with a 4.77 earned run average. And leading off for the Texas Rangers is Johnny Damon. 283, 16 homers, 68 runs batted in. He also has 36 stolen bases. Left-handed hitter. Waits for that first pitch of the game. In there with the fastball, strike 1. Bronx Knights 105-54, first place in the AL West. That's Roberto Perez behind home plate and Benny LoCicero in right field.
First pitch, 7-11.
Reaches out and just gets a piece of that slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Johnny Damon. And he pops it up. Oh, Termini almost got there, but it's just a foul ball. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Fouls off the changeup to stay alive. Johnny Damon played for the Red Sox. He played for the Royals. Played for the New York Yankees. That's a deep drive towards the short porch in right field. It is over the top of the fence and bounces over for a leadoff home run. Johnny Damon, solo shot, number 17 on the season. And just like that, here in the top of the first inning, Texas Rangers take an early 1-0 lead. Ugh. Here's the replay. Oh, just scooted over the top of that fence. So next up for the Texas Rangers is Ben Zobrist, the second baseman. He's hot in his last handful of games. He's 7 for his last 16. Overall, 269, 15 homers, 60 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty Pizarski. Checks the swing, pitches low, ball 1. The last 3 games, Zobrist is 6 for his last 12. That's a 500 clip. Change up in there. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Joe McDonald is home plate umpire behind calling balls and strikes. I do not know if he's a real person. I just hope that he calls a good game. So the count even 1 ball and 1 strike here in the top of the first. Bronx Knights versus the Texas Rangers. Just gets a piece of the slider, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Zobrist. So the Rangers already have a 1-0 lead on the solo home run to lead off the game by Johnny Damon. Strike 3 called inside corner, and this first out of the ball game. Too close to take. 2 strikes. So next up is Ernie Banks. 314, 44 homers, 112 runs batted in. Comes the pitch. Swing and a miss the fastball, 94 on the radar gun, strike 1. Ernie Banks is a shortstop. In real life, he's a Hall of Famer. He played for the Chicago Cubs, if I'm not mistaken. That's a hard line drive towards the left center field gap, and it will jump in there. Nice cutoff by O'Rourke in left to hold him to a single. Looked like it was headed for the right center field gap, and he covered a lot of ground in order to keep it in front of him. So it's a 1-out single for Banks as Eddie Murray, the switch hitter, steps up to the plate. He's hitting .322, 31 homers, 119 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty Pizarski. And it's a blue base hit to left field. It will be fall in there. Runners will be at first and second with 1 away here in the top of the first. So already after that solo home run, the Texas Rangers continue to threaten. Here's the replay.
Number 9.
So next up is Minnie Minoso, the left fielder, 298, 31 homers, 82 runs batted in. Misses outside, ball 1. Outside again, 2 balls and no strikes on Minoso. I assume Minoso is a Hall of Famer, but I'm not 100% sure. I think Minoso was a Minnesota Twin, but not 100% sure on that. Backs him off the plate. The count is 3 balls and no strikes, and he's 1 pitch from loading the bases. So we're going to have the manager come out there and have a mound visit, talk things out, calm him down, give him a minute to breathe. So he had the green light on 3 balls and no strikes. He fouls it back. Count is 3-1. Ground ball, pitcher to second, back to first. It's a double play, so side is retired. Nice 1-6-3 double play, but Johnny Damon, solo home run here in the top of the first after half an inning of play. It's the Rangers 1, the Bronx Knights come in to bat. So on the mound for the Texas Rangers is Domingo Germán, making his 32nd start, his last start of the season. He's 8-9 with a 4.75 earned run average. Leading off for the Knights, Mighty Max Luklitch, the center fielder. 311, 4 homers, 42 runs batted in. He also has 39 stolen bases. First pitch from Germán. Checks his swing, pitch is high, ball 1. So the Rangers are in second place, 3 games left in the season. They are in possession of one of the 2 wild card spots. So this is possibly a playoff matchup. Outside corner, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Luklitch. And he pops it up in the infield. Easy play for the third baseman, and that's the first out of the inning. First out of the top of the first, bottom of the first, check that. Starting lineup for the Bronx Knights, Max Luklitch is in center, Don Mattingly is at first, Chris Ramos at second, Mike O'Rourke's in left, Jacob Salazar is the shortstop, Benny LoCicero in right, Matt Saps is your DH, Matt Termini is at third base, and giving a day off to Anthony Mello is Roberto Perez behind home plate, batting ninth. Don Mattingly, 340. 24 homers, 108 runs batted in. Takes high strike, ball 1. I was going to say takes it high, but in there for strike 1. Count is no balls and 1 strike. 2-hopper to his counterpart, Eddie Murray at first. He takes it himself, steps on the bag, and there are 2 away. So now with 2 down, up steps Chris Ramos, the second baseman, who's having a legendary season. He's hitting .362. He has 65 home runs and 168 runs batted in. All three categories lead the American League. He's a switch hitter, batting from the left side against the righty Herman. His changeup's in there, strike one. So 65 home runs puts him in 5th place all time on the single season home run leader. And that's in there for a double. It'll roll all the way to the wall. Rounds first, heads to second. So he has a 2-out hit to keep the inning going. Not a home run, but a hit nonetheless. Here's the replay. Outlander Show, congrats, 500 subs. Well, yes, thank you very much. Glad to hear that. When I turned on the game, it was $4.99, so it's good to know that somebody jumped on and gave me that 500 subs. Thank you very much, internet community. So with a runner in scoring position, this cleanup hitter, left fielder Michael O'Rourke steps up. 341s, 36 homers, 115 runs batted in. With 2 outs, he has a runner in scoring position. And he hits it high and deep, but curling into the seats, out of play, strike one. Michael O'Rourke was the starting left fielder for the American League in the All-Star game this season. And that's a one-hopper to Ernie Banks at short. Throws to first in the dirt, scooped nicely, and the side is retired. So, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of 1 inning of play here in classic Yankee Stadium. Texas leads 1-0. So we go to the top of the second inning. Pudge Rodriguez, 290, 23 homers, 90 runs batted in, steps up to lead it off here against Brendan Pizarski. In there, strike one. Von Rodriguez played for Texas Rangers in real life, so the uniform matches the fiction. Change up low, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Excellent defensive catcher in real life. Fouls off the changeup out in front, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. And then in the second half of his career in the 90s, he miraculously found home run power. I wonder where that came from. So the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lazy fly ball to center field. In comes Luklitch in center. Makes the catch for the first out. Defensive alignment for the Bronx Knights in the outfield from left to right is Mike O'Rourke, Max Luklitch, Benny LoCicero. And in the infield, Termini, Salazar, Ramos, Mattingly. And Roberto Perez is playing today in place of the starter, Anthony Millo, behind the plate. So, with 1 out, up steps Michael Toglia, 315, 14 homers, 54 runs batted in. Sets and delivers. Fouls off the fastball, strike one. So as I said earlier, the Bronx Knights and the Tampa Bay Rays have exactly the same record with 3 games left in the regular season. Toglia fouls it upstairs behind home plate. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. They both have 105 wins with 3 games left to play. This is game number 160 in a 162 game schedule. So, high, deep drive, curling, out of play. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Toglia. So, it's on me to win as many games as I can. Try to get home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's 2 away. Are you playing against tonight? I'm not 100% sure if I am, Outlander, because I've got to hang out with the wife. Right now she's working on the business, so she might not be in the mood for TV, but if she is, there's like 3 or 4 shows on a Friday night that she wants to watch. So it's kind of up in the air. So there's a good chance I will be, but I'm not 100% sure. So 2 outs here in the top of the second. Yasiel Puig steps up to the plate. 211, no homers, 2 RBIs. This is obviously a September minor league call-up. First pitch in there at the knees, strike 1. Fouls it off. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Puig. 3 for his last 10. Pops it up behind home plate, out of play. Count stays 0-2. 2 away. Texas leads 1-0 here in this first game of a 3-game series. Strike 3 called. Outside corner on the side is retired. Puig does not believe it, but it doesn't matter what he believes. After 1.5, Texas leads 1-0. If you don't mind me asking, what do you do for work? I don't think I ever asked. We will discuss that on Twitter, my friend, in a private direct message. So, leading off the bottom of the second inning, Jacob Salazar, the shortstop, steps up, hitting .325, 16 homers, 97 runs batted in. So he's 97 RBIs. He'd love to get to 100 before the season's over. He needs 3 RBIs in 3 games. Jacob's 7 for his last 15. The first pitch was low for ball 1. That's ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Salazar. Herman deals. And he pops it up. Ivan Pudge Rodriguez jumps out of his crouch in foul territory, makes the catch for out number 1. Defense for the Texas Rangers in the outfield from left to right is Minoso, Damon, and Puig. And in the infield, Joe Rizzo, Ernie Banks, Ben Zobrist, Eddie Murray, and Ivan Rodriguez, last year's Gold Glove Award winner, behind home plate. So I'm invested if you could break the home run record. I'm trying, man. Benny LoCicero steps up to the plate, takes outside ball 1, hitting .298. 34 homers, 127 RBIs. What Outlander means by invested is the record, the single season home run record in the major leagues. First of all, that's a high deep drive, which will drop in there for a single. It is a 1-out single for Benny LoCicero here in the bottom of the second inning. What Outlander means is that single season home run record in a season is Barry Bonds, 73 home runs in the year 2001. Right now, Chris Ramos, the second base of the Bronx Knights, has 65 with 3 games left. Misses outside for the first pitch to Matthew Saps, who's hitting .313 on the season. So 65 and 8 is 73, so I need 8 home runs in 3 games just to tie. I don't know, Outlander, that seems like a tall order. Out in front, swing and a miss, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike, but I will do my best. Matt Saps has 33 homers on the season. Quick throw to first. LoCicero's back. Back at it again. Yes, I am, Mr. African Giant Gaming. I was watching you play a little Call of Duty today. I was enjoying that. That's a high, deep drive. African Gaming has brought me some good luck. It is. Oh, it's caught at the warning track for the second out of the inning. Just got under it. I thought for sure that I'd gotten some luck, but Minnie Minoso had made the catch for the second out. For those of you that are unaware, African Giant Gaming is also a YouTube channel. I would suggest that you check it out. Got some really good content over there. So, batting right now is the third baseman, Matt Termini, hitting .315. Runner at first, 2 away. Knights are losing 1-0. Yes, it was fun. Warzone. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Next time. So, still no count to Matt Termini, the third baseman. Just gets a piece of the curveball for strike 1. Well, of course, absolutely. We're all in this together. We're trying to create good content and entertain people while having a good time at the same time. You know, we're in this together. Pitches outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Termini. LoCicero, I think, has 17 stolen bases, so he has speed. Surprised he doesn't take off to try to get in the scoring position. He does have a big lead over at first. Pitch is high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, LoCicero leads off first. And it's a lazy fly ball to right field. Puig makes the catch to retire the side. So, 2 innings have been played here in classic Yankee Stadium. The Texas Rangers lead 1-0. So we go to the top of the third inning. The number 9 hitter, Joe Rizzo, steps up, hitting .227, 10 homers, 40 runs batted in. Left-handed hitter against the lefty Brendan Pizarski. In there, strike 1. So, For those of you that are unaware, this is a created franchise. The Bronx Knights have been wedged into the American League West Division. They took the place of the Houston Astros. At the knees, called strike, count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. My intention to play every inning of every game of a 162 game schedule. No skipped innings, no simulated games, all of them on YouTube. Swing and a miss, Joe Rizzo's out in front, and that's the first out of the inning. Brendan Pizarski's 4th strikeout of the game, and here's the replay. Every game has been on the hitting and difficulty level of All-Star. Starts at rookie, goes to veteran, the middle selection is All-Star. And just for accountability's sake, as we approach the playoffs, I'm just going to go to pause, go to options, gameplay. As you notice right here, hitting difficulty is All-Star, and pitching difficulty is All-Star. Not that it matters, I'm here to have fun, but if I start blowing the computer out 10-0, at least you know that I didn't lower the difficulty setting to rookie just to get a cheap win. So, first pitch outside, ball 1. Johnny Damon had a solo home run to lead off the game. He's his 17th of the season. And it's a line drive, but it will bloop into out of play for strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Damon. And it's a bloop falling in front of, oh, it falls in there. And by the time Luklitch backs him up and gets the ball in the infield, it turned into a double for Johnny Damon with his speed. Double number 48 on the season. So it went from almost being caught to him being standing on second base in scoring position. Oh, terrible defense by the Bronx Knights. So next up is Ben Zobrist. Runner at second, 1 down. Zobrist struck out in the first. Here comes the pitch from Pizarski. In there, strike 1. Just gets a piece of the 2-seam fastball. The count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Zobrist. Zobrist is the second baseman of the Texas Rangers in this fictional universe. Swing and a miss, the inside fastball. And that's the 2nd out of the inning. Strikeout number 5 for Pizarski. Here's the replay. So with 2 down here in the top of the 3rd, up steps the very dangerous Ernie Banks. Singled in the first, he has 44 homers on the season. He's got a runner in scoring position. Fouls off the fastball, late on it, strike 1. Ground ball, base hit through the box. Rounding third and heading home is Damon. It's an RBI single for Ernie Banks, and the score is now 2-0 Texas. Ugh. It's a clutch 2-out hit from Banks. Here it is, the replay. It's ground ball with eyes. So next up is Eddie Murray. First baseman, singled in the first. Eddie Murray played for the Baltimore Orioles in the 70s and 80s. And that on the first pitch is a deep fly ball to center. There is Luklitch. He makes the catch to retire the side. But not before Banks has an RBI single. And after 2.5 innings of play, Texas leads 2-0. So we'll go to the bottom of the 3rd. Up steps the number 9 hitter, Roberto Perez, the catcher. He is in there for Anthony Millo, the starter, giving the starting catcher a day off. Pitch is low, ball 1. He must be playing on rookie mode. Shallow fly ball curling out of play, strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Hey, listen, I'm just going for accountability. If I win the World Series, I don't want it to be in a cheap way. Pitch is low, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Every game before the playoffs just gets a piece of the curveball. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Every playoff game in the first inning, I'm gonna show that it's on the difficulty setting of All-Star. Ground ball through the box, And it is a base hit for Roberto Perez to lead off the bottom of the third. Check that. Bottom of the third.
Now batting.
Slow roller that just somehow got past both second baseman and shortstop. Talk about a ground ball with eyes. So the leadoff man, Max Luklitch, popped out in the first. He's up there for his second plate appearance. And it's a shallow fly ball to Minoso in left. He makes the catch, 1 away. So Donnie Baseball. Tom Mattingly's 0 for 1 with a ground out in the first. Left-handed hitter steps up against Domingo Germán. Don Mattingly played for the New York Yankees in the 80s and 90s. Outside corner with the fastball, strike 1. He was an all-star. He was a Gold Glove first baseman. Not a Hall of Famer. He had an injury in the 1990s to his back that cut short his career. Killed his power a little bit. In the dirt, nice block by Pudge. Throw down the first. Perez is in there. This Saturday, Sunday night, we're going to have a live stream of the playoffs. If you make the Super Bowl, we will wait to play next. No. Hold on. Pitches outside. Curve. First of all, it's going to take me like 11 or 12 games to get to the World Series, if I even get there. You play what you're going to play, Outlander Show. Don't let me stop what you're doing, because I'm looking forward to watching yours. 2. Swing and a miss, and the count evens at 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Runner leads off first. It's a 2-0 lead for Texas here at Yankee Stadium. And that ball is high. It is far. It is gonzo. That's a 2-run home run for Don Mattingly. Home run number 25 on the season. And just like that, here in the bottom of the third inning, this ball game is tied at 2. Oh, yeah. As I was saying, Mr. Outlander, our schedules will not coincide with each other. You play your playoffs in Madden, and I want to watch it. So he took the high pitch and tomahawked it down the right field line for a 2-run homer to tie this ball game at 2. Oh, yeah. So, speaking of home runs, Chris Ramos doubled in the first. He is 1 for 1. Takes a pitch outside. Ramos has 65 home runs in this season. 65 home runs gives him sole possession of 5th place all time. And that ball is high. Back goes Damon to the track, the wall looking up. It's gonzo, back-to-back home runs. Home run number 66. Executive Order 66. It's a 3-0 lead for the Bronx Knights, and now he's moving his way up that ladder. Home run number 66 for Chris Ramos. RBI number 169 on the season. And the crowd goes crazy. Oh, yeah. Beast. Beast bone. Dish. Deep, high fly ball. Damon thought he had room to catch it and just watched it sail out. So next up is the left fielder, Michael O'Rourke, who's 0 for 1 today. And that's a line drive. Oh, knocked down by Bernie Banks at short. Picks it up, no play at first. Nice play just to get a glove on the ball. The official scorer will give him a base hit, an infield single. And with 1 out, Jacob Salazar steps out, up with a runner at first. So it's 3-2. It's 3-2 Knights. Pitches outside to Salazar, ball 1. So just like that, within the span of 3 at-bats, it goes from a 2-0 deficit to a 3-2 Bronx Knights lead. Breaking ball backdoors the strike zone. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Baseball is a game like that. It can just turn in a moment's notice. O'Rourke has speed at first. And pitch out, nothing doing. O'Rourke was not stealing. Saturday or Sunday night, we're going to live stream. Today's Friday. We're talking about tomorrow or the day after. I can't get to the World Series tomorrow or the day after. In there, strike 2. Count as 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, runner at first. 3-2 Knights lead. Thank you for the consideration, though, Outlander Show. I really appreciate it, but I'm watching football this weekend. Oh, he nubs it at the mound. Pudge jumps out of his crouch, throws to first. It's a swinging bunt, basically. Runner moves to second in scoring position with 2 away. Next up is the right fielder, Benny LoCicero, who singled in the second inning. He's up for his second plate appearance. If he wants to get that RBI, he's going to have to single again. Let's see what happens. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. So Michael, like I said before, has 27 stolen bases, but he doesn't really steal third base, so really no need for the Knights. Pitches outside and low, 1 ball and 1 strike. No need for the Texas Rangers to concern themselves with O'Rourke stealing third. Chases a fastball outside, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on LoCicero. LoCicero has 34 homers and 127 runs batted in on the season. And that is a line drive to center. Damon makes the catch to retire the side, but not before 2 home runs and 3 runs across the plate for the Knights. At the end of 3 innings of play, it's the Knights 3, the Rangers 2. So we go to the top of the 4th. Up steps Minoso, grounded out in the first. He's 0 for 1. Pizarski now has a 1-run lead here in the 4th. Late on the fastball, strike 1. It's going to suck if we lose the first game. Well, listen, that's football. It can happen. But I'm looking forward to your live stream. So you have to let me know in a message on Twitter or in the Discord as when you're planning on playing. Pop up behind home plate. Perez makes the catch, 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Pitch speed comparison brought to you by Topps Playing Card. It's pretty much even between Pizarski and Herman, 96 to 95. Just like the game, 3-2. So next up is Pudge Rodriguez. Flew out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. At the knees, strike 1. Yesterday, Ivan Rodriguez was 2 for 5 with a homer and 3 RBIs. It's a good thing it wasn't against the Knights. This is the first game of a 3-game set at Yankee Stadium to finish out the regular season. It is a fly ball curling into the seats, out of play. Count is 0-2. Ground ball in the hole, it's short. Salazar throws in time, 2 away. Nice play by Salazar. Made it look routine. So next up is the DH. Michael Toglia struck out in his first at-bat. Steps in with 2 outs. Checks the swing, but pitches in there for strike number 1. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Toglia. And that's a line drive headed towards the right center field gap, and it will get in there for a hit. Rolls all the way to the wall. Toglia stops at second with a 2-out double. So, inning will continue for the Texas Rangers. The tying run is on second base with 2 outs. So, up steps Yasiel Puig, who's 4 for 20 in the season. So 20 at-bats means that he played most of the season in the minor leagues. Takes it in there for strike 1. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. Chases a pitch on the edge. Breaking ball. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Puig. Runner leads off second. Tying run. Ground ball to Ramos, routine play at second, throws to first, in time, side retired. So after 3.5 innings of baseball, Bronx Knights lead 3-2. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Up steps the DH for the Bronx Knights, Matthew Saps. He is 0 for 1. Checks the swing, pitches just outside, ball 1. Saps, I believe, has 33 homers. On the edge, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here we go. Dinner is veggies with brown rice and a giant slab of codfish. Now that's a good dinner. That is a healthy dinner, Mr. Outlander. I love it. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Saps. Inside, 3 balls and 1 strike. Hitters count. Third baseman Matt Termini is on deck. So here comes the 3-1 count from Herman. Just gets a piece of the changeup, and the count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that's a deep drive, but playable. No, over his head. It's over Minnie Minoso. And 1 hops to the wall. It's going to be a leadoff double for Matt Saps. It just took off on him. At first he was tracking it. That's double number 33 for Matt Saps on the season. At first Minnie Minoso on left was tracking it, and then at the last minute it just took off like a rocket ship, and he could not make the play. So runner at second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. Matt Termini is up. He's 0 for 1. Matt Termini has 11 homers and 80 runs batted in on the season. And that is a shallow fly ball to right. Puig makes the catch for out number 1. So next up is the catcher, Roberto Perez, hitting .213. He has a homer, 12 RBIs as the backup catcher. He had a single in his first at-bat and scored a run. So runner in scoring position with 1 out here in the 4th. Throw to second. He's safe. Wow, it was close play at second base. So Domingo Herman sets and deals. Out in front of the breaking ball, couldn't check his swing. It's called strike 1. No balls and 1 strike. And it's a deep fly ball to center, but playable for Johnny Damon. Makes the catch for out number 2. No tag on the bases. So Saps remains at second with 2 outs. So next up is the leadoff hitter, Max Luklitch, up there for his 3rd at-bat. He's 0 for 2 today. He's got the average at around 310. Needs a hit to get that runner home. Switch hitter batting from the left side. And in on the knees. 1 ball and no strike off the plate. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And that's a line drive over his head. That's going to be an RBI single, possibly a double. Oh, he might go to third. Bobbled the ball. Puig bobbled the ball in right field. He's going to go all the way to third base. Will they give him a double and an error or a triple? Let's see. In any event, it's an RBI, and the score is now Bronx Knights leading 4-2. Don Mattingly had a 2-run home run in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2. It's 4-2 Knights. 2 outs. Runner at third is Luklitch. Pitches low in the dirt, gets away. Luklitch decides to stay right where he is. So the count is 1 ball and no strikes. It's possible he could have made it with his speed, but decided to play it safe. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th, 4-2 lead for the Knights. Runner at third. Here's the pitch. And he pulls it, but it curls out of play. Strike number 2. Oh, check that. Count is even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside and low, in the dirt, blocked nicely by Pudge Rodriguez. Throws down to first for no reason at all. 2 right-handers are warming in the Rangers bullpen. Ronaldo Lopez and Brad Keller. Count is 2 balls, 1 strike on Mattingly. And it's a easy 2-hopper to Zobrist at second. Throws to first, and the side is retired. But not before Max Luklitch. We'll call it an RBI double. And at the end of 4, Bronx Knights lead by 2. 4-2. So let's go to the top of the 5th, shall we? Joe Rizzo, the number 9 hitter for the Texas Rangers, steps up to the plate. Struck out in his first at-bat. Pisarski sets and deals. In there, strike 1. Fouls off the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Rizzo. Inside corner, strike 3. Rizzo's caught looking. That's the first out here in the top of the 5th. Pisarski's strikeout number 6. Here's the replay. Let's look at the location. You know, you could argue that it's low, but when you have 2 strikes, you have to protect the plate. Bottom line. So, 1 away. Up steps the leadoff man, Johnny Damon. Johnny's 2 for 2. He has a homer and a double today. So, he's playing. At the knees with the fastball, 94 on the radar gun, strike 1. Just misses the strike zone inside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. So in this fictional universe, Johnny Damon has 2,000 plus runs scored. My goodness. Tries to bunt his way on. He deadens it nicely. One-handed throw, not in time. It's an infield bunt base hit for Johnny Damon, and he's 3 for 3. He's doing it every which way. He hits a homer. It gets on with a bunt. Once that ball stayed fair, there was no way that he was going to be able to get Johnny Damon out with the speed that he has. So runner at first and 1 away. The tying run comes to the plate in Ben Zobrist. It's 4-2. At the knees, strike 1. Zobrist is struck out twice today. Misses with the inside breaking ball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Modest 5-game hitting streak for Ben Zobrist. And he's going. Throw by Perez, not in time. It's a stolen base for Johnny Damon. And now with 1 out, the Rangers have a runner in scoring position. Strike! Strike! Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Zobrist has a runner in scoring position now. Pulls the fastball foul. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 5th, 4-2 lead for the Knights here at Yankee Stadium. Late on the fastball. Count remains 2-2. Ground ball up the third base line. Looks him back to second. Throws to first. High throw, but in time, 2 away. So, next up is Ernie Banks. He's 2 for 2 with an RBI. Dangerous hitter. Swing and a miss, the inside fastball, strike 1. So with that steal, Damon now has 37 stolen bases. Out in front of the slider, strike 2. 2 quick strikes on Ernie Banks, and it's 0-2. And he's 1 strike from getting out of this inning. And that's a deep drive to center, but playable for Max Luklitch. He makes the catch to retire the side. So after 4.5 innings of play, it's still a 2-run lead for the Bronx Knights. Knights lead 4-2. Strike! So we'll go to the bottom of the 5th. Up steps Chris Ramos. 2 for 2 with a double and a home run. Home run number 66 on the season. Pitches high, ball 1. He needs 8 home runs to break the record. He's not going to get 8 home runs in 2.5 games. But how high can he go is the question. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. And it's a line drive, base hit, blue base hit over the head of Eddie Murray at first base. So he's 3 for 3. Leadoff hit here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Knights. It's not a home run, but it's certainly welcome. So next up is Michael O'Rourke, but before that happens, the manager of the Texas Rangers will call to the bullpen, ask for the right-hander, send Domingo Germán to the showers. He is responsible for the runner at first. He's losing 4-2. He cannot win the game. He can only lose, or no decision. In relief is Ronaldo Lopez, 13-3 with a 5.01 earned run average. So Lopez is a right-hander. Michael is 1-for-2 with a single. Inside off the plate, count is 1 ball and no strikes. And he fouls it off. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he pulls it foul towards the camera well. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on O'Rourke. Ramos leads off first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 5th. And that's a deep drive, but playable. Puig makes the catch for out number 1. Line drive, but right at the right fielder. So next up is the switch hitter Jacob Salazar, now batting from the left side against the righty Ronaldo Lopez. He is 0-for-2. And it is a squibber up the first base line. It's a foul ball. So strike 1. Salazar. Breaking ball is low. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Salazar has 97 runs batted in on the season. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. So after today, there'll be 2 games left in the regular season. I'm sure he'd like to get to that century mark. And it is a flare to left, caught by Minnie Minoso. Nice charging play. 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th.
Now batting.
So next up is the left-handed hitter, Benny LoCicero. He's 1-for-2 with a single. He's hitting .299 on the season. I'm sure there isn't a baseball player alive. And he fouls off the curveball, strike 1. A baseball player alive that wouldn't like to finish at 300 on the season, as opposed to .299. So that's a line drive, base hit, and he's that much closer to the 300 mark. Runners will be at first and second on the single by Benny LoCicero. 2 runners on with 2 away here in the bottom of the 5th. Line drive over the shortstop's head. Check that, second baseman's head. So the DH, Matt Termine, is 1-for-2 with a double. He has 109 runs batted in on the season. Checks the swing, pitches outside, ball 1. So the runner at second is swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner at second is Ramos. Runner at first is LoCicero. Matt Saps is at the plate. 2 down here in the 5th. Outside corner, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Saps. It's a 4-2 lead for the Bronx Knights here at Yankee Stadium. First game of the 3-game set against the Texas Rangers. And he pops it upstairs behind home plate and out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. And that is a lazy fly ball to left field. Minoso makes the running catch to retire the side. So, end of 5 innings, it's an official ball game. Bronx Knights lead 4-2. Welcome to Bronx Knights Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Up steps here in the top of the 6th inning is Eddie Murray, Hall of Famer. 1-for-2 with a single. Played for the Baltimore Orioles. 500 plus home runs, 3,000 plus hits. In this fictional universe, he plays first base for the Texas Rangers. In there at the knees for strike 1. And it's a deep drive, but it will curl out of play for strike number 2. Do I ever play NHL games? Not really. I haven't played NHL games in a really, really long time. I play baseball. I usually play football, John Madden, but I skipped a year on Madden. Line drive, base hit to center. And it's a leadoff hit for the Texas Rangers here in the top of the 6th inning, so the tying run will come to the plate. Here you say lazy fly a lot. Are there other types? Assuming lazy means high up and not too far. That's exactly it. You're figuring out the fact that I have these stupid little catchphrases that I can just spit out in a moment's notice. So you've caught one of them. Lazy fly ball is one of my lazy phrases. In fact, I sometimes play MLB NBA games, but not hockey. First pitch to Minnie Minoso, fouled back, strike one. So runner at first. Minnie Minoso is 0 for 2. He does have 31 homers, so he has power. Ground ball through the right side is a base hit. I know so little about baseball, but I like it. Well, listen, honestly, baseball is an easy game to learn, but a hard game to master. There's a lot of nuances about baseball. It's a very fast game, fast twitch game. I love baseball. Can be a little boring because of all the commercial breaks and so much downtime in between pitches. It can get to be a little boring. But video game baseball, there's no commercials and it's quick. So I'll be honest with you, as I'm getting older, I like video game baseball better than real baseball. Oh, not official. The assumed everyone called it that. Or you might only baseball. No, well, let's put it this way. I do my best to be as descriptive as possible when I describe how the ball is hit. It's not an official MLB statistic that a ball is lazy. I just happen to say that when a ball's kind of hit up in the air and it's not hit very hard, I tend to say it's a lazy fly ball. But that's not an official term, MLB term. So, yes. But I'm honestly, for those of you that don't watch baseball on a regular basis, I'm actually pretty glad that you are taking the time to watch the stream. Thank you so much. So the Texas Rangers in-game box score, Knights lead 4-2. So these are the statistics for the Rangers from 1 through 9. So back to action. Brendan Pizarski's still out there. 2 runners on and nobody out. Actually, I should go to the manager's office in the bullpen. I should warm up some guys. Dinelson LeMay and Caleb Smith are going to warm up. It works. Figured it out quick. Okay, so up is Pudge Rodriguez. Pitch is low. Ball 1. Okay, because that's my next sport. I was to stream at the I want to stream the Outlander show. Well, the Outlander show is in a I'm doing a Madden franchise. They're making the playoffs, and very soon Outlander show is going to do a live stream of the playoff game. Swing and a miss, 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. That's going to be really interesting. So African Giant Gaming, I suggest you check it out. Oh no! Oh no! O'Rourke just turns around and watches it go. It's a 3-run home run for Pudge Rodriguez. Home run number 24 on the season. And just like that, the Texas Rangers take a 5-4 lead here in the top of the 6th inning. Oh no! Oh, look at this. And the crowd is in a stunned silence. Boom! Just like that, a 4-2 advantage turns into a 5-4 deficit. So, next up is Michael Toglia. I want to stream NHL after Madden if we don't do another fantasy season. NHL's fun. I'm not going to lie. I don't know that much about NHL. I don't know that much about ice hockey in real life. So, manager, bullpen. I'm going to do a mound visit if they'll let me. And I'm going to, for Michael Toglia, I'm going to go to the bullpen. And it's a switch hitter, right-hander, left-hander. I'm just going to go to Dinelson LeMay and put him in the game. So, the 50-year-old version of Don Mattingly is the manager of the Bronx Knights. Well, the 25-year-old is at first base. He takes the ball. Brendan cannot win. He can only lose. He's responsible. He's actually, his book is closed. He's given him 5 runs in 5+ innings. So in relief comes Dinelson LeMay. His record is 1-4 with a 5.90 earned run average. The switch hitter Toglia switches around and turns around, hits from the left side against the righty pitcher. Swing and a miss at the fastball, strike 1. Toglia is 1 for 2 with a double. Jams him. Termini throws across the diamond, 1 away here in the top of the 6th. So next up is Yasiel Puig. 0 for 2, struck out, he grounded out. And that's a hard line drive into the seats, out of play, strike one. Checks his swing, curveball is low, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is a single to center field. So 1 out. 3 runs have crossed the plate, and they also have a base runner at first. Hops off the mound, heads to center. So next up is Joe Rizzo, the number 9 hitter. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Strike 1, 98 on the radar gun, 98 miles an hour. Joe Rizzo. Ground ball, Mattingly over to second for 1, back to first. 3-6-3 double play to retire the side, but not before Ivan Rodriguez, Hall of Fame catcher, does this. Hits a 3-run home run. And after 5.5 innings of play, it's the Rangers 5, the Knights 4. So in the bottom of the 6th, the leadoff man is Matt Termini, who's 0 for 2. Ronaldo Lopez is out there for his 2nd inning of relief work. Outside with the fastball, ball 1. Lefty Daniel Norris and righty Seth Lugo warming in the Rangers bullpen. And it's a slow bouncer up the middle, charging his Banks. Throws to first, not in time. It's an infield single for Matt Termini. He legged it out. So the leadoff man, the tying run, is on at first base here in the bottom of the 6th. Look at this. He charged it. Strong throw, but Termini just flat out burned it down the line. So next up is Roberto Perez. Will he be bunting? No, he won't. He's 1 for 2 with a single. Anytime I try to bunt, I pop it up and I make a big mess of things. Swings at the first pitch and flies out to Johnny Damon for the first out of the inning. So the leadoff man, Max Luklitch, has an RBI double today. He's 1 for 3. Steps up from the left side against the righty. Quick throw to first to keep Termini close. Ronaldo Lopez sets and delivers. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. Strike 1. And it's a ground ball to the right side. He'll just take the easy out at first. So there's 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Runner moves to second base. And the relief pitcher comes in. Daniel Norris, left-hander, to face Don Mattingly, the left-hander. He's doing the matchups. Lefty versus lefty. Norris is 1-3 with a 5.09 earned run average. Don Mattingly, first baseman, is 1 for 3. That was a big one. It was a 2-run home run. A single here ties the game. Pitch is low, ball 1. Don Mattingly is hitting .420 with runners in scoring position this season. So he's very comfortable with that runner at second base. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. On deck is Chris Ramos and his 66 home runs. Ramos is 3 for 3 today. Ball 3. So he comes in and he's behind him, 3 balls and no strikes. That's Chris Ramos, the on-deck hitter. So 3-0. Will he have the green light? Swing? No, he will not. I'm not swinging. I'm taking a pitch. In there, strike 1. But now the handcuffs are off. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at second. Bottom of the 6th. 5-4 lead for Texas. Here it comes. Found the outside corner. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now he's got to protect the plate. And he pops him up. In short left field, Banks makes the catch to retire the side. So they strand the runner at second base. The end of 6 innings of baseball here at Classic Yankee Stadium. It's Texas 5, Bronx 4. So we will go to the top of the 7th inning. Upsets Johnny Damon. He's 3 for 3 today. Homer, single, double. He needs a triple for the cycle. LeMay is up on the mound for his second inning of work. And he lines it late on the fastball, out of play, strike one. So, 3 games left. This is game number 160 on the season. The Bronx Knights are tied with the Tampa Bay Rays. Fouls it off, strike 2. Bronx Knights are tied with the Rays for the most wins in the American League. They both have 105 wins and 54 losses. The team that has the best record after the season is over gets home field advantage. So this game is almost like a playoff game. Pitches outside, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. The Knights have to win. Straight up. And it's a slow roller up the first baseline. The count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'm going to go to the manager's office and the bullpen, and I'm going to warm up Carlos Estevez, just in case I need a righty out of the bullpen as well. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out here in the top of the 7th. 5-4 lead. And that's a pop-up near the line, at the line. O'Rourke makes the catch for out number 1. Nice play by O'Rourke as he's racing towards that sidewall. So, next up is Ben Zobrist. He's 0 for 3. He will bat from the left side, switch hitter against LeMay. Just misses inside, ball 1. And he's out in front of the slider. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Zobrist. Misses off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Outside. Hitters count. 3 balls and 1 strike on Ben Zobrist. Ernie Banks, with his 44 home runs, is on deck. In there, strike 2. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the 7th. Just chases a pitch. Could have been ball 4. Did you throw a perfect game? Or have I? I have, not in this year, but I have thrown a perfect game, no-hitter, once in the many, many years that I've been playing. This season, I went 8 2/3 innings. Ground ball to Mattingly, steps on the bag. There's 2 away. I got 1 out away from a no-hitter in this season with Joey Pollard, the guy who pitched yesterday. He's 20 and 4, and they got a base hit with 2 outs in the 9th. So I got close. So with 2 outs and the bases clear, it's Ernie Banks. He's 2 for 3. Steps up to the plate. 5-4 lead for Texas.
Nope, outside.
Pitches outside, ball 1. Pitch is low, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Minoso. And that's a deep drive, but out of play. Count remains 1 and 2. Ground ball up the middle. His counterpart, Jacob Saps, throws to first in time. Side is retired. So, get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. Bronx Knights are trailing 5-4. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Chris Ramos, the man everyone came to see, is 3 for 3. He has 66 home runs on the season. Switch hitter, batting from the right side against the lefty Daniel Norris. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. Pitches inside, ball 2. 66 homers. Ball 3. He's obviously nitpicking. He doesn't want to throw it to him. Does he have the green light on 3-0? No, he doesn't, because I'm not holding the controller. Pitches low, ball 4. He walked him on 4 pitches. He wants none of them. He wants none of him. He says, just take first base. I don't want to throw to you. So next up is Michael O'Rourke. He's 1 for 3 with a single. Left-handed batter against the lefty Norris. Pitches low. He's thrown 5 straight balls. And they only have a 1-run lead. The tying run is at first base. And he pops it up. Minoso racing over in foul territory. Does not make the catch. It's strike 1. I thought he pulled that out of the stands. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. In the dirt, blocked nicely by Pudge. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on O'Rourke, who has 36 home runs on the season. That ball is high, it is far, it is foul. That is a foul ball. The count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count remains 2-2. Checks the swing. Count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Jacob Salazar is on deck. And it's low, and he walks the first 2 men he faces here in the bottom of the 7th. So runners will, the tying run is at second. The go-ahead run is at first with nobody out. And up steps the switch hitter, Jacob Salazar, who's 0 for 3 today. He's stuck at 97 runs batted in. I'm sure he'd like to, inside ball 1, he'd like to plate some of these. He's hitting .358 with runners in scoring position for the season. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And that's 7 straight. Wait, no, it's not. It's a lot of balls. It's not 7 straight. Getting ahead of myself. 2 balls, no strikes on Salazar. And he grounds it. Throws to second for 1. Back to first. Not in time. It's a fielder's choice. So out at second. Salazar is at first. Ramos is at third. So at the very least, there's now a runner at third base and less than 2 outs. And they can tie the ball game without the benefit of the hit. Ernie Banks was trying to get that double play, but he had range too far to his left to Zobrist, over to Murray, and Salazar beat it out at first. So, runners at first and third and 1 away, and there's a pitching change. Seth Lugo, the right-hander, comes in to pitch. He's 3-2 with a 2.91 earned run average. And he will face Benny LoCicero, who's 2 for 3 today. Deep fly ball can tie this ball game. Pitch is high, ball 1. And he nubs it up the first base line. It is a foul ball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on LoCicero. Benny has 127 runs batted in on the season. In the dirt, blocked nicely, throws down to third. I mean, he's got a gun down there at Pudge, but he just lets it loose for no reason at all. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the dirt. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners lead off first and third. It is a 1-run lead for the Texas Rangers, and the tying run is at third base. It's a ground ball over to second for 1, back to first. Not in time. It's an RBI ground out for Benny LoCicero, and he gets the job done in this ball game. It's tied at 5. The runner at third, Salazar, comes around to score. So with 2 outs and a runner at first, we have a brand new ball game here at Classic Inc. Stadium. So next up is Matt Saps. He's 1 for 3 with a double. He has 33 homers and 109 RBIs on the season. Fouls it upstairs, strike 1. And it is a two-hopper to Joe Russo at third, throws him out to retire the side. But they score a run on the RBI ground out by LoCicero. And at the end of 7, this ball game is tied at 5. Okay, let's see. So as Eddie Murray, the switch hitter, steps up to the plate and leads off the top of the 8th inning, we are going to probably go to the bullpen. Switch hitter, righty. We're going to Carlos Estevez. We'll put him in the game. So Estevez is 2-1 with a 3.66 earned run average. He has 49 strikeouts and 39 in the 3rd innings pitched. But we're going to go back to the bullpen. We have Caleb Smith warming up, and I'm going to also have Dylan Betances warming up just in case. So, slider inside corner, strike 1. Eddie Murray's 2 for 3. Ground ball to the first baseman, Mattingly. It's a foot race. He makes it to the bag, and there's one away here in the top of the 8th. Starter comparison, Domingo Herman versus Brendan Pizarski. As you can see, neither one of them actually did a decent job. So it's just a terrible performance for both starting pitchers. So up next is Minnie Minoso. He's 1 for 3 with a single against Estevez. And it's a lazy, drops in front of LoCicero in right for a 1-out single. It is just a bloop base hit. So with 1 out and a runner at first, up steps Ivan Rodriguez, who's 1 for 3, but it was a big one. It was a 3-run homer in the 6th inning. Fouls it behind home plate, strike 1. Rodriguez has 24 homers and 93 runs batted in now. He's going, strong throw, but not in time. So he's in scoring position now. The go-ahead run is in second base. That's the 21st steal of the season for Minnie Minoso. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Pudge. And he reaches out and fouls off the fastball. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. And it's a deep drive towards the left center field gap. Making the catch is LoCicero for the 2nd out of the inning. No advance on the base paths. Nice play running towards the left center field gap for O'Rourke. So Michael Toglia is the DH. He's a switch hitter. Now he bats from the left side against the righty, Estevez. He's 1 for 3 today. Runner at scoring position and 2 out. Swing and a miss at the fastball. 98 on the radar gun. Strike 1. And he pops him up in the infield. Ramos, the second baseman, waits for it, makes the catch, and they retire the side. So, after 7.5 here at Yankee Stadium, ball game is still tied at 5. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. In relief comes Michael Kopech. 52nd appearance out of the bullpen. He's 8-7 with a 6.05 earned run average. And leading off for the Bronx Knights is Matt Termini. He's 1 for 3. Pitches outside, ball 1. Attendance 46,571 here at Classic Yankee Stadium. That is not a sellout. Sellout for Classic Yankee Stadium is about 52,000, 53,000. Pitches low, count is 2 balls and no strikes on Matt Termini. And that's a hard line drive, base hit up the box. And the leadoff man is on here for the Knights, here in the bottom of the 8th. So next up is Roberto Perez. Change up in there for strike 1. Perez is 1 for 3 today. Quick throw to first. Termini's back. Hold on a second. Manager's office. Bullpen. I'm gonna sit down Caleb Smith. And I'm gonna put up, I got the closer and the setup man both warming up depending on what happens in this inning. So the count is no balls and 1 strikes to Roberto Perez here in the bottom of the 8th. 5-5 ball game. And he went too far. So it's 2 strikes on Perez. Nasty breaking ball in the dirt. Swinging and missed at the high fastball. Chased the pitch and there's 1 away. Overpowered him.
Now batting, number 39.
So the leadoff man is up yet again. Center fielder Max Luklitch steps to the plate, hitting from the left side. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI double. Big lead over there at first. He throws to first to get him back up over there. Termini slides back in. And he fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Fastball was clocked at 99 miles an hour. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's a lazy fly ball to left. Minoso sizes it up, makes the catch for out number 2.
Now batting,
So Don Mattingly steps up to the plate. 2 outs here in the
Mattingly.
bottom of the 8th. He's 1 for 4 with a 2-run homer. Inside off the plate, ball 1. Chris Ramos with his 66 home runs is on deck. And it's a slow roller to the second baseman. Zobrist throws to first in time, and the side is retired. So we'll go to the top of the 9th inning. This ball game is still tied at 5. So Yasiel Puig leads off the top of the 9th. He's 5 for 22. He only has 22 at-bats this year. 1 for 3 with a single today. Ground ball, sliding catch, takes it himself. 1 pitch, 1 away. Nice play by Don Mattingly. Joe Rizzo is up next. He's 0 for 3. Walk off with 67 from your mouth to God's ears. Inside off the plate, ball 1. Out in front of the changeup, the count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Rizzo. Fouls off the slider down the left field line. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Tied him up on the inside part of the plate. There's 2 away here in the top of the 9th. Estevez with the strikeout. So Johnny Damon is up next. Johnny Damon has had a day. He is, if I'm not mistaken, he is 3 for 4. He has a single, a double, a homer. He needs a triple for the cycle. But he doesn't have it, but he does have a single. That's a 2-out single for Johnny Damon through the right side. And they have the go-ahead run to first base now. Hit number 4 today for Damon. So next up is, we're going to go to the bullpen, and we're going to bring in Dellin Betances. Dellin Betances is the setup man. He usually comes in when holding a lead for the closer, but he needs to hold the tie. He's 3-3 with a 2.66 earned run average. He has 86 strikeouts in only 61 innings of work. He's here to get Zobrist out, to get it to the bottom of the 9th. He's going, strong throw, but it is not in time. Damon steals his base. I believe it was his second base of the game. Takes off on the first pitch. So runners now in scoring position where a single from Ben Zobrist can score him and they could take the lead. So the count is 1 ball and no strikes on Ben Zobrist. Misses inside and low. Count is 2 balls and no strikes. Checks his swing, but the knuckle curve floats in there for strike 1. 2-1. Swing and a miss out in front of the slider. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second. Top of the 9th. Score is tied at 5. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the side is retired. We will go to the bottom of the 9th. Leading off, Chris Ramos and his 66 home runs. There he is. He's 3 for 3 today, hitting .365, 66 home runs, 169 runs batted in. Leading off here in the bottom of the 9th. The whole stadium is on their feet. Kopech with the delivery. And that's a hard line drive, but right at Yasiel Puig right for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away. Oh well. He hit it right on the nose, but right at the right fielder. So next up is Michael O'Rourke. He's 1 for 3 with a single. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. Pitches outside, ball 1. 2 right-handers warming in the bullpen for the Rangers. Archie Bradley and Eric Gagne. Eric Gagne is a legendary closer. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. I know how you feel. I thought when he hit the ball, I thought I was going to start screaming and yelling, but fouls off the fastball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike to O'Rourke. That ball is high. It is far. Back goes Puig to the track. The wall looking up. It's gone. It's a home run walk-off for Michael O'Rourke. That's it. The ball game is over. The Bronx Knights win 6-5 here in the bottom of the 9th as Michael O'Rourke's solo shot, home run number 37, wins the game for the Bronx Knights. That's win number 106 on the season, and it is the first game out of this final 3-game series against the Texas Rangers. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Here comes the replay. Home run number 37, RBI number 116. The walk-off home run by Michael O'Rourke to win the game 6-5. Well, you sort of called it, Outlander. Just 1 batter too early. Player of the game, however, honors go to Chris Ramos. The player of the game. 3 for 5 or 3 for 4, I don't know. Boom, 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 boom. Three for 4, 2 runs, a homer, and RBI. So, we go to the scorecard. In walk-off fashion, Bronx Knights win 6-5. 6 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Texas Rangers 5 runs, 13 hits, 1 error. Dylan Betances, the setup man, gets the victory. Michael Kopech gets the loss, and Chris Ramos was the player of the game. And this has been a presentation of Bronx Knights baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please subscribe to the channel, especially if you're on YouTube. This has been a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. It's my intention to play every inning of every game of a 162-game schedule. No skipped innings, no simulated games. This was game number 160. There are only 2 games left. I may play one of them tonight. I have to go around the house and do some do-it-yourself stuff. But hopefully I'll have some time tonight. It is Friday evening, so the night is still young, so we'll see what happens. In any event, the final here from Classic Yankee Stadium in this first game of the final 3-game series of the regular season. The Bronx Knights win 6-5. Thank you so much for joining me. Have yourself a great night, especially the Outlander and African, oh God, I forgot the name. African Giant Gaming, Outlander show, somebody else, I forgot. Anyway, I'll see them again soon and I'll make sure to shout them out. Take care of yourself and have a great evening.